Thank you everyone for coming today. This is an incredibly exciting day. First and foremost, I want to thank some of our community partners that we have here. Wanda Best from Upton Planning Committee, Mr. James Hill from McCullough Homes Resident Council. I saw Atiba Nkrumah from Marble Hill Community Association, Linda Riddleman from Mount Royal Improvement Association, Ray Kelly's hiding back there from No Boundaries Coalition. Sitting down, he's probably the tallest person in the room. We've got Tony Presley from Druid Heights Community Development Corporation, Adrian Harpool from Madison Park Improvement Association, and Janet Allen from Heritage Crossing Residents Association. The incredible thing about this is we have all of those folks that I just named are presidents or executive directors of their community associations. And those are the community associations that surround Crispus Attucks Rec Center. You all are here today to hear from the mayor about a very exciting announcement. I want to thank Mayor Pugh. She has been an incredible champion for youth in our communities. This is a very exciting day for the kids that live in this neighborhood, that use this rec center. And with no further ado, Mayor Catherine Pugh.
First, let me say thank you for all the partnership, because partnership and collaboration is what really works for Baltimore. In a city that is very limited in terms of its finances, but maintains fiduciary responsibility, we know that we have a commitment to our young people. And I tell folks it's what we do for them at their earliest age that will make a difference in the trajectory of their lives. What you should know is that what we've done this year is we've raised over $14 million privately for 9,000 young people to be able to go to work this summer. And in addition to the $2.4 million that we additional up against the other $300 million that we provide for youth programs throughout the city, another $3 million that we raised privately so that young people will have meaningful programs this year. Oftentimes, thank you all. Oftentimes people think that the city is the total answer for everything, but what you all have shown that it is about partnership, because these things don't happen by themselves. I'm really grateful to our Councilman Costello, who's been an incredible partner and a real cheerleader for neighborhoods and communities to make sure that not only are we accommodating, but that we are providing. I am really proud of what we've achieved together, and most importantly, what this means to our youth and to our families. Just a little over 2 years ago, when parents made requests to reopen this recreation center, you mobilized a team to make it happen. Today would not be possible without the spirit of collaboration among the Department of Parks and Recreation, the University of Maryland School of Social Work and Promise Heights, community associations, and the families who called this neighborhood time and time again to come together, to be together, to work together. I'm really excited to make it available, this particular recreation center, a Camp Baltimore site, with free summer enrichment, recreation, and more right at your fingertips. You all know that we are accommodating throughout the city programs to make sure that our children are healthy this summer. This center is filled with youth who want to do the right thing. And I can tell you that we must continue to work to make sure that they're able to be involved in healthy and enriching programs. Since camp opened on Monday, they've returned each day with the excitement to explore and simply to be children. Every Baltimore child deserves this. In fact, the only way to disengage the trajectory of crime that threatens our youth is to provide them with opportunities for them to discover and develop the best aspects of themselves and their talents. So to everyone who participated in this effort in reopening this recreation center, I say thank you. I say thank you again and again and again. Teamwork is what we need in Baltimore. It's never about pointing fingers. It's about how we work inclusively together. And I can tell you, having been mayor of this city for just the last 6, almost 7 months, that we have been faced with some major challenges. When you think about the consent decree that in St. Louis, in New Orleans, with half the police force that we had, it took 14 months to get a consent decree together, but we did it in 60 days. And in Ferguson, with 50 police officers, it took them 13 months, but we did it in 60 days because we think that it's in best interest of our city that we make sure that our police department are partners with us as we move our city forward, that communities feel safe when they're interacting with the police department, and that we provide the respect on both sides. And I can also tell you that in just this time last year, only 56 individuals applied to be police officers in our city. This year, 156 individuals and a 45% increase in young people who already live in Baltimore are now in our academy to become police officers. So what I want you to know that this is a cooperative effort. I work very closely with the CEO of our school system who approached us and said the school system has a structural deficit. And you all know that over the next 3 years, we will provide another $190 million to assist our school system as we wait for the Kerwin formula, because believe it or not, our city has grown richer, but it's also grown poorer in certain neighborhoods and communities, and we must accommodate that. You should also know that we raised another over almost close to $300,000 to jumpstart small businesses with our young people. I know that many of you who drive down the streets and see squeegee young people on the corners don't see them the same way as I do. I see them as entrepreneurs, enterprising individuals that we can help to become real entrepreneurs in our city. And so we have raised money so that we can put up, we call them pop-up car washes throughout our city. We're going to teach them entrepreneurship. We're going to give them opportunities to develop their businesses. We have called on the faith-based community to assist us, and we're looking forward to their assistance, because I say to all the faith-based community, take up a collection on Sunday and provide some assistance so that we can continue to fuel the energy that exists in our city. Baltimore City can't do it by itself. We've got a $2.8 billion operating budget to assist in everything that we do in our city. And so I look forward to continuing to work with you, to partner with you, and I applaud again the efforts of a council person who really cares, someone who's been my partner through my process of being the mayor of such a wonderful, great city. So thank you. Thank you, community folks, for doing this, and thank you for encouraging our young people to be safe this summer. Thank you. Let me also acknowledge our delegate, Antonio Hayes. We had some great partners in Annapolis. And let me just say why that's important. When we were going through our struggles with the school system, because most people don't understand what a structural deficit is, nor do they understand the fact that in 1997, the city's school budget got separated from the city's budget. Our monies used to come directly, like every other jurisdiction, Baltimore County, Prince George's County, Howard County, their $1 billion goes to their jurisdiction and then to the school system. Our $1 billion goes directly to the school system. So they have a $1.4 billion operating budget. If it were not for the legislature, we would not be where we are today. The city, the legislature, the governor's office came up with this $190 million, and they are pressuring the state to get the formula right. Because we have to be a city of fiduciary responsibility, because what people don't understand is the only way we're able to do projects like this and community development is that we're able to borrow money based on our bond rating. If we drain every nickel and dime out of the city and can't fund community projects and can't borrow money, the community development commitment that I have for you is to redevelop neighborhoods and communities can't happen. And so we're focused on neighborhoods, not just downtown. My focus is on neighborhoods like this, like Park Heights, like Madison, neighborhoods that have been neglected for decades. And while many folks don't live in those neighborhoods and communities and don't understand that need, I can tell you that what I've said to folks, if there are people who live in those neighborhoods and communities who own homes and aren't moving anywhere, they deserve the same kind of investment. So thank you, Antonio Hayes. Thank you, delegates. Thank you, senators who thought it appropriate to aid the city as we continue to move forward. Thank you all.
Mayor Pugh, again, thank you for your leadership in helping getting this rec center open. If we could give another round of applause for the mayor. I know the mayor talked about collaboration. Obviously, it was critically important to have her leadership. But without the hardworking men and women at Rec and Parks, this wouldn't be possible today. So with that, I'd like to introduce Bob Wall.
Thank you, everybody, and thank you for inviting me out here today for this press conference. What a glorious day it is in this community. I thank the mayor, Delegate Hayes, as well as the councilman, Eric Costello, again, to all the partners we work with to get this up and operating. This is truly an amazing outpouring of love, brotherhood, and sisterhood to get Crispus Attucks back up and open. Crispus, I think the school is built in 1965, so Crispus Attucks has long been a member of the Rec and Parks family as a rec center. When I was growing up, I recall playing sports against kids from this community. I was a McElderry Park guy in East Baltimore. So it's good to be back. We can rewrite history a little bit. Proud of that as well. My staff, they really busted their tails to get this place open and operating. I can go over lots of lists of names, but especially when we first met out here with Eric Costello, when I walked into this building, I said, we got to get this place open. Because structurally and physically, it's a good place to be. And being in the heart of the community, it makes it even easier to do. So with that said, we put it together. It took us a little while. Crispus Attucks is now open, and that's good to see. Tracy Estep, who she came in and said, Bob, I got an idea about how we can staff this facility similar to what we're doing at one of our other rec centers. And we called Eric up and we said, let's go for it. All the partners were in agreement with it, collaborating together. So this is a glorious day in Baltimore. So Tracy Estep and the area managers, especially Dot Man and Sharon Bucknor, the maintenance staff, custodial staff, administrative staff, the public relations people as well. To the young ones out there, the mayor mentioned rec centers as being a lifeline. And it is a lifeline. You will meet people at your rec center, brothers and sisters that you will never let go of. And this is my 6th decade of being associated with recreation and parks, from a member to a volunteer to an employee. And I can tell you today that the network that you have as you establish as a youngster, it doesn't go away. It follows you all the way up until your 60s and 70s, and there's some people out here that can say the same thing about their rec centers and what Rec and Parks has meant to them. So I'm proud to be a member of Rec and Parks. I'm proud to be a member of this Baltimore City administration to get this place up and open. And congratulations to the community. What an outpouring of love and brotherhood and sisterhood again. Thank you so very much, and good luck to all the kids here. We still have, I think, 19 more people that we can register. And I'm challenging Mr. Ty and the participants. I'm going to have a little contest. We're going to, by the end of July, I want some essays and illustrations of who Crispus Attucks was and why this rec center is so important to this community. And we will have some prizes. Okay? Awesome. Very good. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Bob. And I forgot to acknowledge Michelle Wurzberger from the Midtown Community Benefits District. Many of you know they do some fantastic work in the community. A lot of the progress that we've made in Central West Baltimore is large in part due to one person's vision. That's Dr. Jay Perman from University of Maryland, Baltimore. Dr. Perman has been an incredible champion for Central West Baltimore, has worked very closely with the mayor and city agencies. And the folks that you see in the green shirts are with the Promise Heights program out of the University of Maryland, Baltimore School of Social Work. And they're in all 5 schools in Central West Baltimore in my district. I can tell you these folks are absolute rock stars. Bronwyn Maiden, Rachel Donegan, Amani Warren, and the list goes on. So with no further ado, I'd like to introduce the Dean of the School of Social Work, Dr. Richard Barth.
Thank you, Councilman, and especially thank you, Mayor Pugh, for reopening Crispus Attucks, and to both of you for your past and future work to make West Baltimore a more child-friendly, parent-supporting, education-inspiring, and safe community. So yes, I'm speaking on behalf of President Jay Perman, who couldn't be here today, and also again want to recognize especially Assistant Dean Bronwyn Maiden from Promise Heights and the Promise Heights team that is indeed here and in 4 other schools. We all look forward to working with the mayor to ensure that the rec center has engaged in active programming that meets the needs of children and parents, and that the excitement of today is translated into enduring benefit for the members of this community. I know of the mayor's love for running, as many of you do, for exercise in general, and her commitment to building the mind and body together. I imagine that there will be many healthy hollies emerging from the doors of Crispus Attucks Recreation Center every day. Thank you, Mayor. So I'm going to give a little answer to that question about who Crispus Attucks was. Of course, he began... Don't do it? No, it's got to be a secret? Okay.
They can still illustrate.
I will just give you one thing to remember. He was the first American hero. So the reopening of Crispus Attucks, as has been said, is also an excellent example of how partner resources can be leveraged to provide support to kids outside of school hours. As a board member of Furman L. Templeton Preparatory Academy, which is connected to Robert C. Marshall, we see every day how important those connections are and the wide array of activities involving not only children but families and the entire community, putting mind and body together, the impact that they have. And in fact, I've already enjoyed spending some time in this room for our parent university graduation, which happened during the slow rollout of this opening. So this, ultimately, it's going to be up to all of us to make this as great a place as it can be, to determine how big a difference it will make for children. This reopening will only be a success if we continue to give our time, our expertise, our funds, and our love to make this what it can be. We look forward to our continuing partnership with Mayor Pugh, with Councilman Costello, with Rex and Parks, to serve the children and families in West Baltimore. And finally, I have a small gift for the mayor. It just disappeared.
Dr. Barth.
Basketball. Oh, there it is. This is a gift from the University of Maryland School of Social Work to the mayor, signed by Councilman Costello and Bob Hall, in recognition of her amazing support for children and youth in this city and the reopening of this rec center.
Wow, thank
Congratulations.
you. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
So I want to say one last thing. I want to thank everyone in this room for your commitment to the kids in this neighborhood. That's a huge part of this. And the collaboration piece that the mayor talked about, that's how this mayor operates. It's been fantastic. It's been refreshing. And it's important that all of you continue to be engaged. And with that, Mayor Pugh, we also have something else small for you. You got a little bit of a thank you card. So
Thank you.
hope you'll bring that back to City Hall.
I will. I'll take this back to City Hall. But what I also wanted to mention to you all is this is not the only investment in this area. I don't know if you all have seen what we're doing down on Pennsylvania Avenue on the field. You know, I promised them that we would fix that field, and as one young man said to me, the rims are bent. Can you fix the rims? And so we put up new rims there. We put new bleachers in there, and we can't level the field until after the season, but we're going to level the field there because we want our children to be able to play outside as well. And the other thing that we're working on is shake and bake. I'm not quite sure where we're going. We know that 70% of the lanes there don't work, but I can tell you that every study tells you that the better the recreation facilities and opportunities for a young person, the greater their character and their opportunities for success. So thank you all.
That concludes it. And again, thank you everyone for coming out today.